All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again with another live stream, bringing you the latest in Chelsea news. Lots happening, ladies and gentlemen. Lots happening. Obviously, we're coming to the penultimate stage of the season, and there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama that is unfolding. You'd think there's a lot to play for us still. There's mathematically still a possibility that we could make it to Europe, but obviously we're not going to make it. That's probably how it looks like. But the drama is unfolding as we're getting closer and closer till the end of the season. What's going to happen? We've flopped for another season. We screwed up last season. We've screwed up this season. What's going to happen next season? That is what it's all about. But meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some news in regards to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is the news that's going around is that he's going to have that surgery. It's clear to see for the past few months, we can all see Enzo Fernandez is not up to his standards, up to his level. You can see that his mobility has even slowed down even more. At times, he actually even looks a little bit more bulkier than his usual weight, and it might be all due to his hernia situation. Definitely is due to the hernia situation, and he's having a surgery for that apparently today, which will mean Enzo Fernandez is out for the season, so that he's ready for Copa America during the off season. So that's a big news. Now, obviously, we want to talk about that. We want to talk about what does it mean for Chelsea Football Club not having Enzo Fernandez. There's also a whole heap of conversation that predominantly majority of the players want Pochettino to stick around at Chelsea Football Club. They don't want him sacked. So we're going to touch base on that. Apparently, there's going to be a backlash if Pochettino is sacked or is let go of. These players will not accept that. They will not accept Mauricio Pochettino, their father figure, to leave Chelsea Football Club because, there's so much success that we've seen this season. And these players, they love it. They want to continue under this manager and continue with this success. So we'll definitely talk about that. And we'll talk about if by chance Pochettino does stick around next season, and that could be a possibility, I want him to get his players. I want Pochettino to get his players, and I want the players that don't match him to leave the football club. I'm sorry to say it. There are certain players that I love, one being Enzo Fernandez. If Pochettino stays next season, I don't need this mismatch. I don't need a very good player like Enzo Fernandez ruin his reputation because of this fraud of a manager. I don't want that. I love Enzo Fernandez more than Pochettino. So if that's going to be the case, then we need to figure out how we can ship off Enzo Fernandez. And that's my honest truth, honest feeling about it. No point in keeping a player that you don't know how to utilize. And you will only utilize and make everyone believe he's not a footballer. That's what Pochettino has got everyone believing Enzo Fernandez is not a footballer. This guy, he won Young Player of the Tournament award in the World Cup. He was killing it in Benfica. He's done an amazing job for Argentina. Messi speaks highly about him. But Chelsea Football Club and our fans, he's not a footballer. He's not a footballer. Yeah, no problems. I thank Pochettino for this. Pochettino is the biggest culpable unit for Enzo's reputation being damaged. But of course, Enzo Fernandez has that injury as well, which plays a part. Now, before I start going through the news and talk about all of these topics, big up to each and every one of you guys. Appreciate you all a lot. Big up Ray Allen, big up Hudge, big up Chelsea Empire, my man, Ayusha, big up to you, Milo, Shubra, my brother is here, Junior, We've got CJ4YRD. We've got Segun. Marvo is here as well. Rahul is here. Benji, my brother, is here. Harj is saying, exactly, I don't love any of these players. They haven't done anything here. I don't love Enzo to the level of it hindering Chelsea FC. We need what's best for Chelsea. 100%. 100%. 100%. If you can't get a manager next season that is far more suited for the squad that we have, then get rid of the players. Get rid of the players that don't work for Pochettino and get players that work for Pochettino. Now, you might say, "Oh man, we can't be doing this. We can't be doing this again. We've spent so much money to assemble this squad." But hey, we made a big fool of ourselves. The directors, the owners, they didn't compute. They didn't take the data and also combine it with what Pochettino can bring. They didn't do the homework. They didn't combine the data. They didn't collaborate the data and the manager's skill set together. It was a mismatch. It's a mismatch. So if you are going to keep the manager, let's not handicap the manager. Let's not handicap the manager. Yeah, I don't get it. It's very simple, Miz. I don't know why people don't understand. I don't understand it either. I don't get why. You need to understand what I'm saying. I don't want Pochettino to stay. I want him gone. I can't believe this, brother. We haven't had a statement from Chelsea Football Club saying that we're not going to move forward with Pochettino next season. I can't believe we haven't had the statement yet. I can't believe our owners, our directors haven't forced Pochettino to come up with a press conference saying he will not be managing Chelsea next season. Why? Why hasn't this been done yet? We've seen many managers this season do that. Why hasn't there been any movement from Chelsea? Instead, what we're hearing, the briefs that we're hearing is they actually like him. They actually understand the circumstances. They want to keep him. So I don't want him to stay. I want a manager that can utilize this squad, because this squad I don't think is bad. There are some crap players and we can get rid of that, but majority are good. We just need a manager that can understand them and get the best out of them. Right? The latest example, Crystal Palace manager, Oliver Glasner. He's come in, he hasn't had a transfer window, and he's known how to utilize the players that he's got. So, if we can't do that, if we can't get rid of the manager, then get rid of the players and give the manager the players that work for him. It's very simple. You need to understand what I'm saying. You need to understand what I am saying. It's very simple. If you can't get rid of the manager, then get him his place. Because I don't want to see this manager next season with the same squad, with the same results. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Simple as. All right. Let's check out some news, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start with Enzo Fernandez. We'll talk about all of that. The players wanting Pochettino. We'll start with Enzo Fernandez. Confirmed. Enzo Fernandez is trying to play through inguinal. Is that how you pronounce it? Inguinal hernia with injections for Chelsea. He needs surgery now to recover for Copa America, but hasn't decided if he wants to take it. I think the latest news is that he will. According to Hernan Castillo, Enzo Fernandez will have surgery today. So looks like it's going to happen. Looks like he's going to miss the end of he's going to miss the remaining parts of the season, which, look, it doesn't really matter. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Enzo Fernandez has actually been playing through pain. Brother, what's wrong with you? Why are you playing through pain for Chelsea? We're not going anywhere. We are mid-table. Why haven't you had this surgery earlier on? How come you were taking these injections on a regular basis? Who was that helping? You're not helping yourself. You're not really helping Chelsea. You should have had the surgery from the get-go. And maybe Pochettino would not be pressured to utilize you. Enzo Fernandez, I'm sorry to say, I love him. I love Enzo Fernandez. You all know how much I love him. But Enzo Fernandez is a hindrance. He's a hindrance for Pochettino because Pochettino doesn't want him. Poch does not know how to utilize Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, why did you take those injections? Why didn't you just put your hand up and say, give me the surgery now, let me get better, and then we'll see what happens? That way, Pochettino does not have to think about who needs to be in his midfield. It's very simple. Conor Gallagher and Caicedo. Conor Gallagher and Caicedo, double pivot. Mauricio Pochettino loves it. They can just run. No. Shivendra, huge respect for Enzo Fernandez. No. What huge respect? No huge respect. Enzo, there was no need, brother. There was no need for you to play with pain, especially not for this Chelsea. Playing with pain for this Chelsea Football Club right now under this new ownership. Are you mad? Are you mad? You should have had the surgery, recovered, come back, because right now your reputation is getting damaged. It don't matter. It don't matter that you played through pain. What people are seeing is that you are incapable. That's what people are seeing. So you're not really helped anything out. There might be few people like Shivendra that might give you a little bit of respect and a little bit of, sympathy, but majority are talking down on Enzo Fernandez. Majority are talking down on him. So you're not really helped anyone out here, brother. Enzo Fernandez, go out there, have the surgery. You should have had the surgery a long time ago. This way, better. Now, Pochettino, he has one less headache to worry about. One of his biggest headaches is when Enzo is available, he has to use him. And the brother, I kid you not, if Poch had his way, he would not bring in Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea Football Club. If Pochettino had his way, Enzo Fernandez would not be a Pochettino player. That is as simple as it gets. As simple as it gets. Pochettino aren't necessarily, but not sufficient. Directors need to follow, and transfer policy needs overhaul. Do we even have spending capacity after 1 billion pissed away in the drain? We must protest or not or rot away. Look, they don't look like anyone's protesting. You know what someone said to me on my recent latest video? Someone commented on me saying, Miz, are you coming to Stamford Bridge to protest? Someone commented. I said to that person, are you going to pay for my accommodation and airfares? You pay for that. First of all, there is no protest. The match-going fans are the ones who are going to trigger the protest. Us international fans can't trigger the protest. The match-going fans need to trigger the protest. If the match-going fans are accepting what they're seeing, well, I'm going to travel all the way from Sydney to Stamford Bridge, one-man army, waving the flag. Come, protest with me. You think I look like a fool? The match-going fans need to create the noise first. Don't worry about us. We can make all the noise as possible on social media. Unless and until the match-going fans are doing something, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Exactly, Miz. I said he should step out of the team, let Poch play without him, and let's see the difference. Exactly. We have to understand. We may not like Pochettino, and that is absolutely fine. We want him gone, and that's absolutely fine. But the fact is, he's still here. And if Pochettino is still here, which he is, then he must play with the players that work for him, then Pochettino must play with the players that work for him. Enzo Fernandez don't work for Pochettino. And I would even go one step further. And this is a poll that I want to have right now. I might actually put this up as a poll. If Poch stays next season, should Enzo be sold? I think this is a legitimate question. And not just Enzo. There's actually a few more players that I want to talk about. Not just Enzo. But this, I think, is a legitimate question. It really is. Participate in the poll, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see exactly what the fan base feels. I want to see as many votes as possible. Over 300 people live right now. Number one, smash the like button. Number two, subscribe if you're here for the first time. Number three, participate on the poll. And number four, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. So, I'll go one step further. If Pochettino stays next season, Gallagher must stay. Yes. Yes, Marvo, I fully agree with you. If we are keeping Poch, Gallagher has to stay. Has to. I'm not even the biggest fan of Gallagher. But I at least understand one thing. Gallagher is exactly the type of player Poch wants. Runners. Why do you think Gallagher is the one who's shining? Have a read of Euro. I think his name is Euro. What's his name? Let me see if I can bring up this. Euro expert. Sorry. Euro. Yeah, Alex. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, go to Alex's page. And this is something I said a long time ago. Alex hasn't said anything that I don't know. I've actually been saying that for a long time. But Alex has come up with a thread. Yeah, here we go. This one. Alex has come up with a thread where he outlines what a mismatch some of these players are, and one of them being obviously Enzo Fernandez. Go check that out. Make sure you go check that out. So, if Pochettino stays next season, Gallagher has to stay. Gallagher must. Chelsea Football Club must find ways to keep Gallagher if Enzo Fernandez stays next season. He has to, because Gallagher is one of Pochettino's main man. In fact, I think he is his main man. Obviously, Cole Palmer is a big factor as well. And Cole Palmer staying, no problems. Gallagher is one of his main players in midfield. So Gallagher must stay. Enzo Fernandez, he must be sold. I believe he must be sold. It is counterproductive. Enzo will not be helping anyone if Poch stays next season. If Poch is our manager next season, Enzo will not be helping anything. Enzo will be destroying his career. Enzo Fernandez will be destroying his career. He will miss out on Argentinian call-ups. He'll miss out on everything. His value will decline massively. If we are hell-bound in keeping Poch next season and want to give him an opportunity for next season, because, ladies and gentlemen, Enzo Fernandez is all of a sudden ain't going to turn out to be a runner. You think, okay, we keep Poch next season. Now, all of a sudden, Enzo Fernandez, under Poch next season, he's going to become like a supreme athlete. He's going to become a road runner. He's going to just press like a maniac. It's not going to happen. Enzo Fernandez will not become Conor Gallagher. It's not going to happen. And Poch, all of a sudden, is not going to play De Zerbi type of football or Xabi Alonso type of football or Amorim type of football. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Benji is saying, Miz, Enzo ain't leaving, Gallagher is leaving, and we all know it. For me, Enzo got to play as the deep line playmaker instead of Caicedo let Enzo spray passes and Caicedo cover ground and do his thing. Brother, you think we don't know this, Benji? We know this is how it should be utilized. But Poch doesn't believe in that style. When are we going to realize this? We want something from Poch that he doesn't believe in. Poch doesn't believe in this. What you've just said, Benji. Enzo deep, spray pass. Poch doesn't believe in that. Poch believes in high line, press from the front, try and win the ball from the front, and then create chaos and score goals. Poch doesn't have a philosophy in build up or what you need to do in midfield. He doesn't give instructions about that. He just wants quickly go up the. He doesn't want tiki taka in the back. Just quickly get up there. Quickly get yourself into the final third. This is what I'm trying to say to people. You're asking a manager to do something he's never done in his life. You see how diabolical our midfield is. If Enzo plays as the deepest midfielder, Enzo Fernandez is going to get blown out of his mind in that position. He's going to be exposed because there's no midfield structure. People are just going to bypass him. It's going to be that Jorginho type of a situation. Do you remember how Jorginho was treated under Frank Lampard? Under Frank Lampard, Jorginho was treated like this guy doesn't understand football. Now look at Jorginho, who's at Arsenal. A manager with proper tactical know-how. A manager that has a proper midfield setup. Surprise, surprise, Jorginho plays well. So we have to understand. We need to understand, what does the manager bring and who's suited. And who's suited. Sure, bro. I would love to see what Jorginho does under Poch. He would be decimated. Jorginho would look like an innocent bystander. So, Gallagher must stay. Jorginho, Enzo Fernandez must be sold. I think Caicedo, I have a feeling he could turn out to be a Pochettino type of a player. Caicedo could become a roadrunner. If you train him, I think Caicedo can be a roadrunner. What Caicedo probably just needs to do is he's got to stop being reckless. But I think there is a player in Caicedo that you can turn into a roadrunner. He could be potentially the next Conor Gallagher if he tried. Caicedo, if you work hard enough, you can be Conor Gallagher. You just have to work hard. You got to work hard, Caicedo, to get to Conor Gallagher's level. All right? You can potentially be that. He's your role model. Have his picture in your room. Have his picture in your room. Now, I think Mudryk definitely isn't a Pochettino player, so Mudryk needs to go. Yeah, I don't think Poch appreciates a player like Mudryk. Mudryk must leave. Yeah, there was rumors of Mudryk leaving anyway in the January window. I think there was rumors about him. I think Bayern Munich inquired for a winger. If Bayern Munich come again, let's do this. Mudryk needs to go. Mudryk is not a Pochettino player. In fact, I'm sorry to say, I don't think Mudryk is any type of player, any manager's player. Henry Danger is saying, why are you talking like Poch is staying? It's because there's a whole heap of news. Players don't want Poch to go. I'm just saying this is a possibility, you know. I don't want it to be. I wish the club had already made a statement that he's not going to be a manager next season. I wish the club just had the balls. I wish the club had the kahunas to come out off the back of that loss, that disgusting loss. Any other manager at Chelsea Football Club under the previous owner, after the loss against Arsenal, you best believe, gone. Only under this ownership. That kind of stuff is business as usual. Did you not see the news yesterday? Fabrizio Romano coming out saying business as usual. Why do I act? Why do I act like he's going to stay? Yeah, check this out. Most Chelsea players want Pochettino to stay, believing that he has shielded them and worked to foster a good team spirit. Pochettino believes his methods will reap rewards in the second season like they did at Spurs. They believe that he has shielded them. Yeah, they've shielded him. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. I'm upset with these players as well. Do you know what? I was actually trying to keep the players away, but it's believable. A lot of people were commenting in my recent video, Miz, don't believe this story. It's not, no, it is believable. It is believable. Why wouldn't you want that manager to stay? If you're like a youngster, long-term contract, decent money, there's no accountability. Whether you stuff up or not, there is zero accountability. Your manager is rewarding you with barbecue. Your manager is rewarding you with day offs. Off the back of that disaster performance, and that's not the only disastrous performance of the year. We've had several disastrous performances this season. That's not the only one. When your manager has zero disciplinary action towards you, when we drop stinkers, you can go to nightclubs that evening, you can go to fancy restaurants, you can go to your ex team's celebrations, when you can laugh after losing an FA Cup semi-final, giggle with the opposition, there seems to be no repercussions in all of this. Yeah, you best believe these players want this manager to stay. What's there not to believe? You're a fool if you're not believing in it. You're a fool. You're a fool. When there is so much easygoing, comfortable, environment, why would you? Of course, you'd have a backlash. Of course, these players would have a backlash if this manager was to leave, was to get sacked. These players, they don't want a serious manager to come in and work them and make them feel accountable for their actions. These players, they want to fight for the penalty, and when they come off the field, the manager is giving them a hug. The manager should be like, don't talk to me, go straight to the change room, do not even sit on the bench. I don't want to talk to you today. Get out. What you did over there fighting for the penalty, sorry, you're not worthy for me to talk. Go. You know what this manager did? Come here. He hugged the player. He hugged the player. So why wouldn't these players, want this manager to stay? Now you can sit there and say, oh, but Nizar Kinsella waffles. But what I'm trying to say is that this is somewhat believable. This is somewhat believable. This is not some sort of a far-fetched news. You look at all the events that has happened this season. You look at the way Pochettino talks in the press conference. Look at the way Pochettino talks in the press conference. He's always protecting, generally protecting. Maybe once or twice he put the players under the bus, but generally he's protecting. Do you know what he said off the back of that match against that appalling result against Arsenal Football Club? He said, I don't want to say the word embarrassing because that is rude for the players and the effort that they put in. He doesn't want to associate the word embarrassing with the result that we had against Arsenal, the 5-0 loss, because the word embarrassing is going to upset the players. It will upset the players. He don't want to do that. He don't want to do that. I don't want to upset the players, man. So you think our players want him gone? No, I fully believe that they don't want him gone. The Super Monty, thank you so much for the super chat. Cannot afford to bin the midfield for Poch 100 million plus. Yeah, we cannot. We cannot. In fact, how the effing hell is this manager still our manager? If we actually brought in someone serious midway through, maybe we could have made it to Europe. Maybe we could have. We've seen it previously with Thomas Tuchel when we got rid of Frank Lampard, who, let's be honest, wasn't a serious type of a manager. Thomas Tuchel came in, we won the Champions League, we made it into Champions League positions. I mean, we won the Champions League, so we were going to be in the Champions League anyway. But we made it into top four as well. After being, I think he picked us up when we were ninth. Marek, thanks for being a member. Really appreciate that. So, yeah, I'm surprised that he's still here. There is reportedly a feeling among some at Chelsea that Pochettino has been too soft on some of the inconsistent players and that a tougher approach is needed. Oh, really? Oh, really? You think so? Of course. Poch just didn't want to lose the dressing room. Yeah? Poch doesn't want to get in the bad side of the players. Poch is scared. Poch as a manager is a coward, man. He's scared. He thinks, oh, if I get into the bad side of these players, then I'm going to lose respect. They're not going to listen to me. Brother, by keeping them on your side, it's worked wonders for you, hasn't it? We're ninth. We're in a glamorous position. I'm sorry. These players, they do need an authoritative manager, an authoritarian. This is why a long time ago, like a few months ago, we were all floating the, concept about Jose Mourinho. Like, at least he's going to bring some sort of a, accountability back. Tough love. I get it. Jose doesn't fit. We were just saying that these kids, they need a proper authoritarian. No problems. Don't worry about Jose. We now need a manager that's actually going to have some level of tactical know-how. Our manager doesn't have that. We need someone to come in to have some tactical know-how and also some level of discipline. A disciplinary. Because right now, our players, do you know how deluded our players honestly, do you know how deluded our players are? This is how deluded our players are. Petrovic, a few days ago, before the Arsenal game, Petrovic, our goalkeeper, was quoted to say, we can still make it to Champions League. This is how out of touch, out of sync our players are. Can someone tell Petrovic, brother, Champions League? What? Go out there and wash your mouth. How dare you even bring the word Champions League to your mouth? Champions League? Brother, think about Conference League. Think about Conference League. You can't even get that. Don't worry about Conference League. You can't even get that. Petrovic actually thinks we can make it to the Champions League. Do you see? Do you see where their mindset is? Do you see how disconnected they are? You know who's behind this disconnection? Your manager. The manager has kept them in this fake world. The manager has kept them in this fake, deluded world. Okay? So, I fully understand it. I fully get why these players want him to stay. And I guess my stance now is that seems like us fans, we are in the mercy of the players. Seems like us fans, we're in the mercy of the new owners. Seems like us fans, we're in the mercy of the new directors. Seems like we're in the mercy of this football club. And since that's the case, and we don't want any sort of instability next season, we don't want to keep chopping and changing managers, no problems, no problems. Then please, please, dear sporting directors, dear Chelsea Football Club sporting directors, dear Chelsea owners, give at least Pochettino his place. Go out there and do your data analysis and find players that are suited to his style of football. Grab your spreadsheet, yeah? Get your Excel spreadsheet out, throw in the information that you want, so the right type of results come out. Put in your spreadsheet, I am looking for clones of Conor Gallagher. I am looking for more Conor Gallaghers. Press enter and see how many Conor Gallaghers come out in the world. And then go out there and buy them. I'm not even lying. You need Conor Gallagher's all in the midfield. You need Conor Gallagher type of engine and running ability in defense. You potentially even need Conor Gallagher running ability and engine ability up front as well. Don't be people are getting so excited about, this kid, Kendry Paez, he looks great. Young kid, he's blowing things up. He's looking amazing. Bro, first question you need to ask, Kendry Paez, how's your off-the-ball work rate? Paez, can you cover ground? Can you run and run and run for 90 minutes? I'm not interested about what sort of attacking attributes you can bring. That's fine. That's a bonus. Much like Cole Palmer, bonus. But even Poch recently said Cole Palmer can improve. You haven't seen the tweets? Poch said Cole Palmer can improve, especially his off-the-ball work rate. Cole Palmer can do better without the ball. Do you understand? You need to understand. You need to understand what the requirements are for this manager. You need to understand. Pochettino's first requirement is, he's not asking whether you've got great skill set. He's asking you, can you run? Non-stop, and everywhere. Can you run? If the answer is yes, that's 90% of the homework done. You need to be able to run. You need to be able to run. Okay? And that's the honest truth. You might sit there and go, no way. No. Yes way. You have to be able to run. You have to be able to cover a lot of ground. Physically, you have to be a bit of a monster. Physically, you have to be a bit of a monster. So that's the honest truth. Govin, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. We don't need Poch type players. We need Palmer type managers. Yeah. Kamaldeen, thank you so much for the super chat. Gone are those days during Abramovich era that once players see helicopter at the training ground, the manager is gone. Yeah, no, the helicopters. Helicopters under the Bowley era? I don't think so. You're more probably you're probably gonna see not helicopters, that's for sure. You might see a mentality monster. You might see more recruitment, analysts. You might see more data analysts. Helicopters, nah. You'll see more data analysts. That's what you're gonna see under the new ownership. Haj is saying, I don't think he will have an issue with Kendry since he used Ericsson, Lamela, Dele Alli, and Kane in high areas at Spurs who weren't the quickest. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Nothing ever goes in your comfort zone. Poch, unfortunately, is comfort zone. These players need a push, and only an elite manager can sort that. JT still date is scared of Mourinho. Elite bigots. Elite. Yeah. Ty, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm tired, man. I don't see Chelsea anymore. This is empty shell of a club. Look, you never know. Like, who knows? Maybe if you give Pochettino his type of players, maybe we're not coming ninth and 10th. Maybe we're at least coming top 6. But I tend to think that even if you give Poch his type of players, he's not going to be able to compete for the league. His Pochettino overall, his style of football, it might have worked back in Spurs, but now that style of football is disappearing. That ideology is disappearing. Like, managers are too savvy now, man. Managers are too smart. Managers like Thiago Motta, I think that's his name, right? Thiago Motta. Managers like Motta coming out in Bologna. You've got Xabi Alonso. You've got Amorim. You've got so many more. Even Oliver Glasner, Unai Emery. It's not. Poch is not capable. And don't forget, Pep is still around. Poch is not capable. Poch is not capable. Not anymore. But maybe if you give his players, he can at least give you some level of respectability. It is a bit of a mismatch. The squad that we have and the manager that we have, it's a bit of a mismatch. So maybe if you give his players, he can at least give some level of respectability. But he ain't winning anything. You're not winning with Poch. If Poch was a winner, we would have won the Carabao Cup already. If Poch was a winner, he would have sent blood. If Poch was a winner, he would have sent blood against Manchester City. But then again, look, I don't want to blame the Manchester City on him because we had enough chances to win. That was Nicholas Jackson being Nicholas Jackson. But yeah. Benji, just look at Palace Miz. IU is balling out. That should tell you enough that a manager can do. Look at Roma and De Rossi, what he's doing. Yeah, but our owners are not. They're not concerned anymore. They're not concerned anymore. Our owners, they're willing to back and double down on this particular manager. That's why Poch is stupid. Milo K is saying eras do change. Remember when 4-4-2 was the ish in English football, and Wenger and Jose dominated with 4-3-3 when they came in. Same thing now, stuck in 7 years ago. Yeah, that's why comparing what Poch was doing back then to now, football has evolved. Football has evolved, man. Football has evolved. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button before you go. Let me just close up the poll. Looks like majority of you guys are saying don't sell Enzo Fernandez. You want Enzo Fernandez to suffer. Or maybe you're indirectly saying that get rid of Poch. Yeah, perhaps that's what you're saying. But the question actually said if Poch is staying. So you actually do want Enzo to suffer. You'll want Enzo to suffer, man. Nah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button before you go. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Please smash the like button. I want to see at least 400 likes straight away. We've got more than 400 people. And I shall see you guys later on tonight, wrapping up all the news. And yeah, we'll be building up to the Aston Villa. Business as usual. Business as usual. Aston Villa game. We'll be building up to that. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Bye.